Alrighty, first breakdown today we have the Arizona Cardinals. You got Kyler, you got MSJ. Last year they finished 8-9. I think this year, we'll get into what I think they'll do this year. Alright, let's start off with what happened last year. Kyler Murray, 68% completion rate. Good, solid. He played every single game, he didn't get hurt. 3,850 passing yards, 21 touchdowns. Not enough touchdowns, obviously. You'd love to see more. 572 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns on the ground as well. So, not bad. Kyler did say in an interview he plans on running a lot more this year, which I do not like to see. I love to see those touchdowns get up to at least like 30 passing touchdowns. MSJ, 885 yards, 8 touchdowns, 62 receptions. Not bad last year for a rookie season. I think he'll definitely have 1,000 receiving yards this year. And he put on 11 pounds of muscle in the offseason. That's a lot. So, I definitely think we're going to see a great year from him. Trey McBride got a majority of the receptions last year with 111 receptions and 1,146 receiving yards. Now, we'd love to see the touchdowns go up, only 2 touchdowns for having 111 receptions. Not great. James Conner, 236 carries for 1,094 yards. He is 30 years old now, so we'll see if he can produce another 1,000-yard rushing season. He has 8 touchdowns and 47 receptions for 400 yards and 1 touchdown receiving. So, not bad at all. Their offensive line rate comes 11th this season. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Other receivers, other weapons. Michael Wilson, averaging 500 yards a season. So, not a bad contributor there. And then they also got Zay Jones in the offseason. Not bad at all. As far as their defense. Actually, before we switch to defense. Passing yards per game was 18th last season at 244. Rushing yards per game was 144, which was 7th league. Not bad, but those passing yards definitely need to get back up. They scored 23 points a game per average, and that's 12th in the league. Definitely need to get those points up to around 30. Just saying. Defensively, Josh Sweat. They got Josh Sweat. They got Calais Campbell. They got the rookie out of Ole Miss, Walter Nolan. They really beefed up that defensive line, which is great. Then Mac Wilson, linebacker. He's all right. Defense on the secondary, they got Budda Baker. They got Will Johnson. Budda Baker, obviously a dog. Will Johnson, was projected very highly in the draft, and then stuff happened. So, but yeah, he's a rookie. I think he'll still do great. We'll see what happens. Now, defensively, as a group, they allowed 342 yards per game. 21st in the league. Not great. That needs to go down. TDs allowed 40. The 21st in the league. Again, needs to go down. Points per game rank, they allowed it was 15th rank. So, not great there. They need to get higher ranks as far as allowing points per game. Sacks and interceptions, they got 41 sacks, which was 13th in the league. They got 9 interceptions. They need to get more interceptions. That was 23rd ranked in the league. Passing yards allowed, 216, which was 14th in the league. Rushing yards allowed per game, 126, which was 20th in the league. So defensively, they got to be better together with the additions of Joshua, Calais Campbell, and Walter Nolan. Actually, Calais was already there. But those 2 guys, I think they're going to do pretty well defensively. If they can keep it solid up front. All right, let's talk about how they're going to do this season. Strength of schedule, 60 the easiest. They finished 8-9 last year. How will they do this year? Let's see. Starting off, week 1, the Saints. I think we know that's an easy win. They don't even have their quarterback selected. So, obviously, easy win on the road there. Panthers. It's a win. They're at home. They do have to play against J.C. Horn. Bryce Young's obviously been getting better every single year. So, we'll see there. But I think that's an easy dub for them. They do have to play at San Francisco week 3. I'm sorry. Cardinals fans, that is a loss. They have the 5th-ranked defense. They didn't really lose all that much on offense. They lost Debo, but they should still be very solid. Playing at home against the Seahawks. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. The Seahawks do have Devon Witherspoon. They got Tariq Woolen, and then they got Julian Love. So that is a hard defense. I don't expect MHJ to go crazy that game, but I still think they sneak out the dub that game. Titans, second-ranked defense, passing defense last year. And they have L'Jarius Sneed. But still, give me the Arizona Cardinals. So, not bad. 4-1 for the Arizona Cardinals. Playing against the Colts. At Colts. Come on now. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. 5-1. Not bad. They play the Packers at home. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to give this one to the Packers. Packers have a very complete squad. Their defense is highly ranked. They're fifth as far as yards allowed. Got Xavier McKinley in the secondary. They did lose Jair Alexander, so MHJ could definitely still have a good game. Cowboys with Trevon Diggs. Cowboys are just kind of a wreck. They might lose Michael Parsons. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. Now, for the home stretch of the season, this is their bye week. After the bye week, they're playing the Seahawks. I'm sorry, the bye week was before the Cowboys. Now they're playing the Seahawks. At the Seahawks, I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't see them winning that game. The home stretch, there's a few more away games, so we'll see how that goes for them. I do think the 49ers sweep. I think they do get the win against the Jaguars, which is nice. After losing 2 weeks in a row, coming back and beating the Jaguars, great victory for them. At Buccaneers, that's going to be a hard game for them to win. They're just a very solid team. They don't have any crazy notable defensive players other than like Antoine Winfield. They don't have the same defensive roster, in the secondary at least, as they did back when Brady was playing. But that team is still very good. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. Sorry, I didn't mean to tease you guys. That's a loss for them. But then they get the Rams next week at home. The Rams. They are a very interesting team because they just find a way to pull it off every time. But they never look as good as they're always as better than people think. If that makes sense. So, but I still think they're at home. They take the dub there against the Rams. Playing the Texans next week at Texans. They got Derek Stingley. They got a very solid roster. They got Will Anderson coming off the edge. And their passing defense ranked 6th last year. Sorry, Cardinal fans. Sorry. Then you got the Falcons at home, my favorite team. I might be biased, but I don't think you guys are being the new defense that the Falcons have, especially with AJ Terrell. We got pass rushers now. It'd be very hard unless we were very injured at that point. Got the Bengals next week, though. The Bengals beat the Arizona Cardinals. Sorry, 3-game losing streak at the Rams. Another loss. I'm sorry. And the season 4 losses in a row. I'm sorry. The home stretch here is very hard. And I do think the Arizona Cardinals finish again at 8-9, which sucks. But there's some games here that could definitely swing, Could they beat the Bengals? I think they can. Because that defense is atrocious. Can they beat the Rams? Can they sweep the Rams? I'm not sure about that. Could they beat the Bucks? I think there's a chance. Beat the Seahawks, sweep the Seahawks? They could, definitely. So, if they get an upset win against the 49ers, they could definitely sneak their way into the playoffs this year. So, the roster is not complete enough in my eyes, especially defensively. You obviously have Budda Baker. You got Josh Sweat and Calais Campbell. Those are obviously your notable defensive players. Offensively, the offensive line ranks 11th. It's good. It's great. I think that's pretty good. But enough to really seal the deal for them. I'm not sure about them. MHJ and Trey McBride, obviously a great duo right there. Receiver tight end duo. So they have a really good team. Their schedule isn't super hard, but just the home stretch of away games and some top tier defenses, some top tier offenses. It's going to make it hard. So if there's a game that I think they're going to swing, though, they might be able to get the upset, is the Bengals because of that horrific defense. If there's another game, maybe the Seahawks. So I could switch them to 10-7, which still might not be enough to get in the playoffs. 10 wins is not enough anymore. You got to get at least 11. So that's my breakdown of the Arizona Cardinals this year. Still going to be a very solid year for them all around, I think. Kyler did say he's going to scramble more, so he might get hurt, which sucks. But I obviously pray against that, you know. But yeah, so I think Arizona Cardinals, a very solid team. They're just kind of middle of the pack right now. They're going to need a few more key players if they want to get back in playoff and Super Bowl contention. So yeah, that's my 2025 breakdown of the Arizona Cardinals. You guys have a blessed day.